Sometimes our planet creates things that feel impossible to believe, landscapes that look more like a dream than a place on Earth. When you first see them, your mind hesitates. Are they real, or just some perfect illusion? But every one of them is real. Formed by time, shaped by weather, and painted by nature herself. No special effects, no human hand, just the power of the Earth, slow, patient, and precise. In this journey, we'll travel across 7 corners of the world. Each place will challenge what you think reality looks like. These are the natural wonders that don't seem real, but they are. At the edge of the Bolivian Andes, there lies a place where the Earth disappears. It's called Salar de Uyuni, the largest salt flat in the world. From above, it looks like an ocean made of glass, but when you stand there, something strange happens. You see no horizon. The sky and the ground become one. It feels like you're standing inside a reflection, as if the world turned itself upside down. Thousands of years ago, this place was a lake. When it dried up, it left behind a crust of pure white salt, stretching farther than the eye can see, more than 10,000 square kilometers. Under this silent sheet lies something even more valuable, lithium, a metal that powers our modern world. But here, it just sleeps, hidden under a surface so flat that NASA uses it to calibrate satellites. During the rainy season, a thin layer of water floods the salt flat. That's when Salar de Uyuni turns into a perfect mirror. Clouds float under your feet, the horizon fades, and for a few quiet moments, you can't tell what's real anymore. Locals call it the mirror of the sky. Photographers call it a dream. But when you're there, standing in the middle of that endless reflection, it feels like something else. A reminder that nature doesn't need to try hard to be beautiful. Sometimes it only needs silence, time, and light. In the southwest of Turkey, there's a mountain that looks like it's covered in snow. But when you go closer, you realize it isn't snow at all. It's made of stone, white, smooth, and shining under the sun. This place is called Pamukkale, which means cotton castle in Turkish. For thousands of years, hot springs have flowed down this mountain. The water comes from deep inside the earth, rich with minerals, especially calcium. As the water cools and evaporates, it leaves behind layers of white stone called travertine. Over time, those layers have built natural terraces, one above another, like steps leading to the sky. The result is something that looks impossible, frozen waterfalls that never melt. But Pamukkale isn't just beautiful, it's ancient. Long before modern tourists came here, the Romans built a city above it, Hierapolis. They believed these waters had healing powers. Even today, people come to bathe in the warm pools, letting the mineral water flow over their hands, their feet, their faces. It's quiet, it's peaceful, and it feels almost holy. When the sun sets, the terraces turn golden. At night, under the moonlight, they glow blue and silver, like waves caught in stone. It's hard to believe that this whole place was made drop by drop, layer by layer, over thousands of years. But that's what makes it special. Pamukkale shows how time itself can be an artist, shaping beauty not in seconds, but in centuries. In the heart of China's Hunan province stands a forest that doesn't grow from the ground. It rises from stone. This place is called Zhangjiajie, and it looks like something from another planet. Thousands of tall sandstone pillars stand close together, covered in mist and green trees. Some are so high that their tops disappear into clouds. Millions of years ago, this land was one solid block of rock. Rain, wind, and time slowly carved it apart. Cracks turned into cliffs, cliffs turned into towers, and the forest grew between them, hanging on to every small piece of life it could find. Now, more than 3,000 stone pillars stand here, each one shaped by erosion, frost, and gravity. Some are as tall as skyscrapers, others thin as needles, each one a monument carved by nature alone. When early travelers came here, they called it the Stone Forest. But after the movie Avatar, people began calling them the Hallelujah Mountains because they look exactly like the floating peaks in the film. And the truth is, the filmmakers were inspired by this very place. As mist moves through the valley, the pillars appear and disappear, like ghosts made of rock. The air feels ancient here, quiet, heavy, and full of mystery. It's the kind of beauty that doesn't shout for attention. It simply exists, calm and eternal. Zhangjiajie reminds us how powerful patience can be. Rain can cut through mountains, wind can shape stone, and time, invisible and endless, can turn ordinary rock into something otherworldly. Deep in the jungles of central Vietnam, there is a doorway that leads into another world. A world that exists underground, silent, hidden, and untouched for millions of years. This is Hang Son Doong, the largest cave ever discovered on Earth. From the outside, it looks like a crack in a limestone mountain. But when you enter, the scale of it leaves you speechless. The main chamber is so large that it could fit a 40-story skyscraper inside. Clouds form within it, rivers flow through it, and sunlight filters in from giant holes in the ceiling, creating jungles of their own. Yes, inside this cave, there is a living forest. Trees, plants, and small ecosystems have grown in complete isolation from the world above. Scientists say the cave was formed by an underground river eating away the limestone for more than 2 million years. Bit by bit, the rock gave way, and nature created a space unlike anything else on the planet. It remained unknown until a local farmer discovered it by accident in the early 1990s. But the world didn't learn about it until 2009, when explorers finally mapped its vast chambers. Since then, only a few people are allowed to visit every year to protect its delicate ecosystem. Inside Son Doong, time feels different. There's no city noise, no human touch, only the slow rhythm of dripping water and the echo of your own footsteps. Every direction you look, there's something alive. Roots crawling down from the ceiling, fog rolling through green patches, the sound of wind moving like a breath through stone. It's not just a cave, it's an entire world, a reminder of how much of our planet still hides its secrets, waiting to be found. Off the southern coast of Australia, hidden on a small island called Middle Island, lies a lake that looks almost unreal. It's bright pink, not light pink, but deep, bubblegum pink, surrounded by green forests and blue ocean. From above, it looks like someone spilled paint onto the land. But this isn't a trick, and it isn't man-made. This is Lake Hillier, one of the most mysterious natural wonders on Earth. Scientists say the color comes from tiny life forms, microorganisms called Dunaliella salina, and special salt-loving bacteria. They produce a natural red pigment that turns the water pink. The strange part is that this color never fades. Even if you take some of the water and put it in a glass bottle, it still stays pink. It doesn't change with sunlight, temperature, or rain. The lake is highly salty, almost as salty as the Dead Sea. And because of this, only certain bacteria and algae can survive here. That's what gives it its unique color. The balance of life and salt creates a natural chemistry that seems more like art than science. When seen from above, the pink lake sits right next to the dark blue ocean, separated by a thin line of sand. The contrast looks unreal. Two worlds of color meeting but never mixing. Visitors aren't allowed to swim here anymore to protect its fragile ecosystem. So the best way to see it is from the air, where it looks like a dream drawn onto the earth. Lake Hillier reminds us that beauty doesn't always follow logic. Sometimes it's hidden in the tiniest cells, doing something no one expects, turning water into pink and science into wonder. Far down in the south of Chile, in the cold and quiet lands of Patagonia, there's a lake that hides one of the most peaceful wonders on Earth. It's called General Carrera Lake, and in its center lies a group of caves known as the Marble Caves, or as locals call them, Capillas de Mármol, the Blue Cathedrals. The name fits perfectly. When you enter these caves by boat, the world suddenly changes. The walls shine with soft shades of blue, white, and gray, like the inside of a precious stone. The water below is crystal clear, and the light from the lake bounces off the marble, painting moving patterns on the walls. It feels like the entire cave is alive, breathing with light. These formations are not new. They've been shaped slowly over 6,000 years. Wave after wave, drop after drop. The water of the lake carved through solid marble, creating tunnels, arches, and pillars. Each surface tells a story of patience. Every swirl and curve is a memory of how water, one of the softest things in nature, can shape one of the hardest. The color inside the caves keeps changing. In the morning, the marble glows turquoise. By afternoon, it turns deep blue. And when the sun sets, the walls become golden, like candlelight in a cathedral. There's no noise here, only the sound of the boat gently touching the water. It's the kind of silence that makes you forget time. For a few moments, you feel as if you're inside a moving painting, created not by an artist but by nature itself.